And I used to watch MTV all the time and look in there. I used to go, man, look at that, man. One day I want to be like this. I'd love to, look, homeboy surrounded by girls, and, you know, that's where my mind was at, you know. The devil was luring me, sure enough, little by little, towards this way. And, you know, things started happening for me. You know, I started doing a couple of movies. I co-starred in, you know, 6, 7 movies, and I always thought, man, thank you, Lord. You're opening up doors. But don't think that. Because a lot of times, God doesn't just open those doors. They open up by themselves to lure you away from the Lord. And little by little, I was being lured and lured. And, you know, I can't tell you, I was doing well as an actor. You know, I had to work with Champagne. I had to work with Patrick Dempsey. And I was like, I'm it, you know. I thought I was dope, you know. And then one day or the other, I said, man, you know, I was thinking, I've done every type of role a Latino can do. I was a little mad too. I was a little upset at Hollywood because being a Latino, all I got was, you know, the gang member role, the bad guy role, you know. I was angry. So I was like, that's it, man. I'm gonna make up this character, this, you know, Latin lover type of guy, and I'm gonna start rapping. And it was like that. That's how my career as a rapper started. As a rapper, I was whack, terrible, you know. But again, those doors opened, man. And sure enough, here I am, you know, doing a record, getting signed by a big label. And I was just, you know, in my head, I was like, man, you know what? Whatever happens, I accomplished it. I did a record. But it wasn't just that. That thing blew up worldwide. I was selling millions of records throughout the world. And I was like, oh, now I'm really dope. You know, now, you know, people are going to see, people in Hollywood who wouldn't hire me as an actor are going to see now that, you know, I am worth it. And all this time, you know, while I'm getting more famous and famous, God was becoming less and less in my life. And I thank the Lord for one thing, though, because throughout my career, I saw a lot of people, man, a lot of artists, singers, actors, who couldn't take not being up here again. They couldn't take it. They took their lives. A lot of them are drunks, you know. A lot of them fell into drugs, destroyed their lives because they couldn't get up here again. The second album that I bring out, which you guys probably ain't even heard of, tanked here in the US. It didn't do nothing. I went from selling 1 million something copies worldwide to coming out and selling like 200,000 copies. You know, the world that loved me shifted to other people, you know, and I was left there by myself. And it hurt. I'm telling you, man, you know, it killed me inside, you know, especially the way that I was being so egotistical, you know, being so, you know, dependent on myself. Everything I said was right. I had so many friends with me, man. They were my yes guys. Everything I said was like, yes, Gerardo, you're right. Yes, you know, I have my yes people. You guys ever seen Entourage by any chance? Well, don't watch it. That's kind of bad. But it was kind of like that. I had my group with me all the time, man. I was spending thousands of dollars at clubs. You know, I didn't even drink. I just wanted to get everybody drunk. I had everybody around me. I would pay for the bill. It was thousands, and I always thought I was going to come and keep on coming. But the second album came out and nothing happened. And I was basically what you call a joke in the business, you know. And I would hear it would hurt me, you know, and I started getting angry, you know. I was getting angry because it could never be my fault. I blame my manager. I blame my agents. I blame my friends. I blame my parents. I kept everybody like this. I was at a point when I didn't want nobody. And I came to realize that, you know. And through these times, always, man, I'm telling you, when God plants the seed in you, when you've tasted the goodness of the Lord, it doesn't go away. It's always, hey, I'm right here. I say, I know, Lord, but listen, let me get my things over here straightened out first. Let me be on top once more. And then when I'm on top, I'm going to say, man, I love Jesus Christ. I'm going to praise you and let them all know. It was my plan. I was telling God what to do. Sex. Women. Fornication. I was going from place to place thinking I was like this player playing a very dangerous game. And that messed up my relationship with the Lord. I knew I was doing wrong, yet I would do it. I knew I was hurting my Lord, yet I would do it. I always say, no, God, just give me some time, and I'm going to straighten myself out. You watch. So at this point in my life, when everything was going wrong for me, when I felt like, I had Pharaoh's heart, ice. Man, I didn't care for nobody. There was this model I was going out with. I thought she was pretty. I'm like, she's tall, she's got blue eyes. We're going to have nice babies. And that was my end. As I went to her, she was so blinded by fame, man. I was like, Kathy, I've been thinking, and you want to have a kid? It was that romantic. I'm telling you. And she, at that moment, she was blinded, man. The fame blinded her. She said, sure, yeah, whatever you want. What do you want, twins? Whatever. And sure enough, we had a baby. And I was like, oh my God, okay, thank you, Lord, this and that. And sure enough, my little girl was born, and it was a beautiful thing for me because she did soften my heart. And she did bring out goodness out of me again, And what I did was listen, I told my girlfriend then, I said, Kathy, look, I'm going to put you up in this condo over here because, listen, if, I'm Rico Suave. If they know I'm married, man, ain't nobody buying a record. So that was my way out with her, And then she went, and sure enough, I got her a place, and she was living with my little girl who was born. Her name was Bianca. And we went, I kept on going back and forth. And, I was like, man, I love my baby. And I started getting used to my girlfriend, And I was like, well, maybe I'm going to move in. Boom, I move in, And then I would wake up in the morning and make me happy that I had my little girl next to me. And then I was like, man, things are going bad. I said, I'm not getting as many shows as I used to have before. What am I going to do? And I'm thinking, man, I know that God's mad at me. I said, you know what? I know why you're mad, Lord. I need to get married. I need to make things right with my wife so you can bless me. Again, thinking my way, Sure enough, I wake up one day, Kat, you want to get married? That was a romantic in me right there. And she's like, yeah, let's go. So we ended up going to Vegas where Elvis got married, You guys didn't know how broke I was. You guys didn't know that, I was getting lawsuits left and right. Nobody knew that. You just didn't start hearing from me. I went and moved with my wife's family. I went to Ironton, Ohio. They had no Latinos there. It's all white people. They didn't know what I was when I got there. So, but they were great. They were nice people, And I went in there and I felt so like, man, my baby was going to be born. I was borrowing money from my wife's grandmother who loved her so much. I didn't have, when my daughter was born, Nadia, I didn't even have for her diapers. I didn't have it. I had to borrow money. I had to borrow, and, I had a lawyer, a friend of mine, who's still a great friend because he's been there in the good times and the bad times. And those times, man, there were a few people that came through. A few, very few. Because everybody else, when my fame went down, they scattered. They went to the next guy,